And so the first question will ask you, how do you see the development of the life sciences in your own research field? So what are the new developments?
Well, as you said already, there are many technical developments that haven't been possible a few years ago. So, as when I did my PhD, actually here in Schleswig-Holstein in Büsum at the then it was the GMA. I was amongst the very first people actually studying the microbiome in fish, and it was a new field. Like there was maybe like 10, 15 papers around, but now it's like exploded as it did everywhere. And I think one of the most important parts is the technology. And so I am a biologist by training, and I've always been very keen in molecular biology. So I've seen what new technologies can do. And I think that's one of the most important factors also in the life sciences that we have good technologies, but we always need to be open for new ones and try them and use them in different ways and to figure out new questions and answers at the same time. And this is something where I think the life sciences will go, and I hope they do so, or they need to do so.
What are the challenges these days? The technical challenges which you are facing in the life sciences in your research community?
Now I'm working with all kinds of livestock animals, with cows, with pigs, with broilers, but still with fish in aquaculture. And I am very interested in stress physiology and also the context of animal welfare, which means that I see also issues that arise from the society itself. We have so many problems around the world, but still we are humans and we can think and we have technologies to use them. And we need to make decisions on how we want to live our future. So, to be honest, I think one of the biggest problems we have to face in life sciences and also in life general is how do we future, or how do we see our future? How do we want to live? How do we want to live with our animals, for example? What do we want for them? So this is my very specific topic, and this combination of how our society lives in a world that is changing, I think that's one of the main problems that we have to think about.
Now you're here, you're well embedded here in your faculty and in KLS. May I ask you what makes it so special now to be part of Key Life Sciences?
As a young researcher, I love microbiome research. That's what I want to do, and that's like it really thrills me to work in that field. And in Key Life Science, there are so many other people, including you, Thomas, who have this vision of the microbiome being one of the important things that's going on in life. So in this setup, especially that we as an agricultural faculty are a part of KLS, it gives me a very unique research environment. I don't know if there is anything similar among Germany, in that way that we can profit from each other, that I can learn new techniques, that I can talk to people who have different perspectives but on the very same vision. And this makes KLS for me very unique. When I remember our symposium last week, it was so fascinating to see all these different fields that come together, the different perspectives that come together. But still, it gives me many good ideas that I can use for my research. And this is why I really appreciate being part of it.
What do you think could be improved to support your research and your wonderful and optimistic visions for the future better?
For me personally, I think it's great that I have already been included in so many different ways. Sometimes what I'm missing a bit, but maybe it's just because I don't know, maybe you tell me better, as we come back to the topic of technology, I think it's very helpful if not everyone is doing the same thing in their tiny lab. I think larger platforms that everyone can use and have access to, I think that would also speed up research a lot.
Can I interrupt you and ask you to be a bit more specific? I think it's an important point which you just raised.
I have a very good connection to the microbiome platform, for example, that works wonderful. We've done so many projects together. And I think there are so many another approaches, for example, like on the metabolic position. So I'm very glad that we have now this combined metabolics professorship. I hope that we can build up from this. I want to measure something in my cow, for example, because it's important to understand for me. And can I just go online, book on a web page? I have like 300 samples of this. Can you measure that for me, please? For example, a mass spec platform, something like this. That's what I'm thinking about. I know this is maybe dreaming, but we're talking about the future anyway, aren't we? So this would definitely help me, because then I can answer questions I can do on my own.
Would you share with us a few of your projects which you are now going to do in the next few years here at Kiel University?
So there are several projects that I am already, that we have already started. As I said in the beginning, I am very interested in the aspect of animal welfare and stress physiology in combination with the microbiome. So we are now, for example, researching on how we can actually improve the housing for calves, very specific topic. But we know that, at the moment, calves are kept in, how's the word? Like in single housing when they're separated from their mothers. I don't think it's very good for the microbiome development if a, newborn is kept alone in a single housing. And we want to figure out if it makes a difference if the calves are kept in pairs, for example. So do we have a better development of the intestinal microbiota, for example? So this is one project we are already involved in, and I'm looking forward to the outcome when we're done with the project. And in the future, what I also would like to focus on very much is an even broader research on the microbiota of different species that we use in livestock.
Connecting your research to the future development of the life sciences, where you think your view of the life sciences will develop in the next 5 or 10 years?
My vision or my hope is that it will become a stable part of how we research life. So if we focus on specific areas and specific fields where we have already a lot of knowledge, especially in the agricultural sciences, I would love to see that we take this knowledge that we already have and bring it into a context of including the microbiome, because I'm sure that this will change a lot. And then I also hope for that the life sciences take a social responsibility. As I said, I'm interested in the animal welfare, so I hope that I can make a tiny little bit of a difference for the well-being of our animals when we farm them. So I think life sciences also need to see that they have the knowledge and the power to change something for our future. In my little text, I referred to the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, and I think that's such an important landmark that we have to take serious, and we need to include that in our research.